Hi guys, what is going on? So today we will be bringing you the Druid META PvP build that I believe is the strongest currently and probably will be the strongest going forward because it provides both tanking and plenty of healing for your teammates. Now this build was introduced to me by someone that comes on my stream quite a lot. His name is Spirits and he is a part of Nora and Spirits. They are from the Entropy clan. Nora does have a YouTube channel which I will link down below, but yeah, thank you very much for both of them for sharing me this build, and we've kind of adapted it and kind of built it into kind of what it is now. We made a number of changes which definitely made it a million times better than what it was, but without further ado, let's get into it so you can see exactly what you need to make this build yourself. So going into it like we always do, we're going to be going into the skills first. Now skill wise, you're going to be wanting to take Summon Oak Sage, Rabid Might, you're going to be using Circle of Life, and you're going to be using Werebear, and for the primary we're going to be using Ferocious Strike. Now when it comes to the gear, which is obviously the most important part, what are we going to be using? So we've got Mask of Pounding, and this one is going to be for your Werebear Pound. Now it causes you to jump to a target location, it damages nearby enemies, but it also gives you this massive absorb shield, which obviously causes you to take reduced damage. Then we're going to be using Save by Nature for our Circle of Life. Now the Circle of Life now grants nearby allies a seed of which was a regenerative seed that continuously heals life, and it also heals a large amount of life if their life drops too low. It also has a reduction on the cooldown here. We're going to be then using the Promise of Obscure. Now this one is for Mangle. It now unleashes a sequence of 4 attacks as you move in a direction, knocking back enemies. It also does a tremendous amount of damage based on your health. You are also immune to knockback and loss of control effects during these attacks. Then it comes to the legs, we're using the Shatter Grouse. Obviously this is just going to be for exactly what it sounds like. It shatters the enemy's armor while you use Crush while you're in Werebear form. It increases the amount of damage they take by 19% for 3 seconds. Our main hand is Frenzy Reed. This is simply going to be for our Rabid Might duration to be extended by 39%, and it also has a cooldown reduction. This one is for our health. It's going to increase our health by a shit ton. We've also got Mauler's Mitt, and this basically here is for our Werebear again for Crush. It now empowers you, causing your primary attacks to smash the ground and damage nearby enemies. The critical hits cause spikes of rock to erupt from the ground for additional damage. Now this does a ton of damage. If you get a couple of people like stunned and you're smashing them with this, they're going to be knowing about it. Next thing, the Craw. Now this one is going to be for Werebear to transform. This is actually the main part of the build. So this one transforms you into a gigantic bear and increase attack range and maximum health. And then for last but not least, we're going to be using Cedarkin, which is going to be for our Summon Oak Sage. No longer passively summons, instead actively summons. It's going to give you these protective Oak Sages to orbit you, which grant you damage reduction and immunity to 1 loss of control effect per Oak. Now, set items. Before we go and talk about how this actually works, set items, we're going to be using 2-piece Vifus, we're going to be using 4-piece Mountbanks, and we're going to be using 2-piece Barons because of the duration effects. Is going to increase the duration on stuns and everything like that, so it works perfectly. The other thing I want to state here as well when it comes to our Reforges and our class affixes. So class affixes I want to get into first. Now you've got the Werebear version here. While in Werebear you gain a shield when you lose 25% of your maximum life. This shield lasts for 5 seconds and it absorbs, as you can see here, 31,890. Now the more of these you have, the more this increases. So having 4 out of 4 of these would be very beneficial. The other one you want to look for is this healing as well. So the Circle of Life healing is increased by 20% on targets below 50% life. Having this 4 out of 4 is really worthwhile going for. I've only got 1 of each and have still been having a blast, but I can imagine how kind of much more powerful this build is with 4 of each of those. Now when it comes to Reforges, I'm going to be going with a mixture. As you can see, this first mixture is going to be 4-piece of the barrier set, 3-piece of the barrier set and 2-piece of the jolt set. So we're going to be gaining the shield here, and then there's other ones that I've gone for. If I can find one set up here, I think it's probably on the shoulders maybe. Yep, I've gone for 3 lots of jolt and 2 lots of barrier. So then we have the immobilization. So you want to have a mixture really. Maybe 4 and 4 would be worthwhile here, because then you're going to get the chance to immobilize and you're still going to get the benefit of barrier. Next up then, guys, we're going to talk about Paragons. Paragons, we've tried a few different versions. We didn't want the shop, we want Paragons. Now, we're currently sitting with Slayer, but we did try Brawler to start with, but I think it just didn't feel as good as what Slayer did. You can still go in Gladiator, but again, you want the shields, and Slayer is where we get them from. So Slayer here, you're going to be starting out with taking Amplified Shields, so it increases the effectiveness of your shields and the shields you grant to all of your allies by 10%. You're then going to be coming down here and going to go to Safeguard. So damage that would shatter your shield will be fully absorbed. This cannot occur more than once every 30 seconds. So you're basically going to be able to take some free damage. Then you're going to be able to gain Hope here. So gain a shield every 30 seconds. So another shield that absorbs equal to 15% of your maximum life for 6 seconds. Now this is good because we're going to have Rabid Might and we're going to have Werebear Form. And yeah, our health is going to be over 700,000, so 15% of that is a good amount of obviously a shield. Then up here, we're going to be taking Convergence. Gaining a shield reduces the cooldown of your non-damaging skills, so Circle of Life is going to have a reduction of cooldown simply because of that. And then you've got Unwavering, so gaining a shield makes you immune to your next 2 knockback effects, and this cannot occur more than once every 10 seconds. So this is also great because obviously you don't want to be getting knocked back as much. Stuns and that are annoying, we all know in BGs, and if you can prevent some of the knockbacks, it's going to be beneficial. Legendary piece, we're going to be using Curse of Weakness because it is the best option here. Your loss of control effects also apply Curse of Weakness. We are going to be doing stuns, so this is going to be applying this all of the time. It reduces the damage dealt by enemies by 30% for 3 seconds, and obviously this cannot occur on the same target more than once every 10 seconds. The next thing I really want to go into quickly is the cursed properties, because that is playing an important part of our tanking here. You're going to be going for Nettle to gain shields, and it's going to do this counter attack to people when you've got a shield, and then you're going to be going 2-piece Ghosted because why not? You know, it's just worthwhile using. Now, Warband Room, you're going to be wanting to use Protector because why not? It's going to give you damage reduction and size increase for movement speed. And then for our familiars, you're going to be wanting to take a familiar that has definitely got Savior because you're going to be wanting to have that kind of second life every now and again. Now, gem-wise, guys, let's go into gems at the end here. Now, I left it till the end because there's a good mixture you can take. Now, legendary gems that I'm currently using is here. I've got a Spiteful Blood inserted into my blood flow because why not? Taking damage while below 50% life causes Spiteful Blood to surge through you, increasing your damage done by 4%, but also making you invulnerable to primary attacks, and that is the main part, so you've got time to escape. Then we're using here the Pain Clasp. Damage dealt to enemies suffering from your continual damage and effect is increased by 24%, a nice little bit of a damage increase, and you're also gaining the movement speed increase here as well. In this one, I'm actually going to be dropping in a Cold Confidant because we're going to have a lot of health. And this is going to be equal to 300% of your health, but it also chills nearby enemies, so it's got another loss of control, right? You're going to be chilling, they're going to be slowed, and it's just going to be really, really good to use in a BG. We're using Crimson Bell Hit, and this one is just good because of the fear, and it's also got the damage increase and the defensive increase as well. I'm then using a Misery Elixir to increase the duration of harmful effects, so any stuns in that is also going to be increased. We're then using the Roiling Consequences because the crit chance, if we can do a little bit of extra damage, and the dot is always worthwhile using. We're using obviously Bloodsoaked Jade for the increase in movement speed. It's really, really good. And we're using Bottled Hope also for the buff of movement speed, but the damage is nice as well. And it's got this important part of the skill cooldown decreased by 3%. Now, honorable mentions here, guys. You could go in with a fully ranked Battle Guard. It's going to be a really good gem. If you've got it fully ranked, use it, worthwhile. You could drop in a Spectre Glass as well for a little bit of increase in damage and to shatter the enemy's armor. You could also use the new 2-star here, the Stubborn Oracle, because this is going to be quite good to increase your block chance, to reduce the damage you're taking. Another good gem. You could also use in here, let's go and have a look to show you what else you could use. So we go down to the 5 stars. If you've got a good rank Blessed of the Worthy, you could use that. It's going to be good. And the same with Frozen Heart because it's going to give you a shield. It's going to chill enemies as well. So very defensive, you know, going all out when it comes to shields. So guys, the important part comes. What does it play like? How do you play it? So basically, I'll give you a quick guide before we go into the battleground. So at the beginning of the battleground, you're going to have all your teammates around you, just like these NPCs are here. You're going to be wanting to, as it counts down to 1, you're going to be buffing your party. We're going to be applying our sages here. We're going to be also applying might. Now, when you go into bear, you want to be making sure that you're going to be using your leap to gain this shield. And then when you're using your 2 here, it's going to be doing these 4 attacks to do a lot of damage. Now, if you read these attacks, this is going to be for our pound here though, so it causes you to jump to a target location, knocking nearby enemies airborne and dealing this amount of damage. And this is the one that grants you a shield that absorbs damage. While the shield is active, you take 20% reduced damage, but this is obviously going to be knocking nearby enemies airborne, so it's another control effect. The mangle, this is the one which is number 2. It attacks 4 times as you move in a direction, each attack dealing damage equal to 8% of your maximum life. So while I'm in bear, this 8% maximum life. So I pop Rabid Might and then we go into bear. Maximum life here is going to be 707. So that's a pretty good amount of damage you're going to be doing to them just by using your number 2 there. Now, let's go and show you a battle and see what it really pans out to be. I don't know how the battle's going to go. We haven't done any today. We are currently rank 8. Obviously, a lot of people changed from Druid and went back to their old classes because they didn't give it the time of day. But I've been having an absolute blast with it. So let's see how it pans out, guys. So guys, here we go. Let's see how this one goes. Could win, could be a loss, but we'll see what sort of tanking and healing we can do. We've got Cash on the other side there, but we got Vincent here as well. So this could go all right. Well, we'll see. We'll see how things pan out. You never know in BGs at the moment. I think the MM has been all over the place when it comes to battlegrounds, but we will see. We want to try and stay with our teammates, so we can always provide them with the circle of life if necessary. We've got to remember to be their healer as well as be their tank. So you got a dual role here for sure. Retreat to survive another fight. We got our absorb heal in there from that. Nice. We're doing good. We're doing good. Let's not let him get that. We're knocking back. We'll stun him. We're gonna pound him. Nice, nice. Defended. Let's go and defend the other side. Nice, nice. Rip. Doing good. We're doing good. Always keep your seeds up here. Your summons oak sage, sorry. You need that. We can go straight into bear. We'll push him back. We don't have any real defensives here, so we're gonna have to retreat. We did get that pop. We got a shield up. No, being pulled back. Rip. Pop up seeds again in a second. There we go. I see, keep calling them seeds, but they're definitely not seeds. Let's heal this team. Healed. Just keeping them away from the idol, doing our job for that part as well. We have to remember we're still a tank, so you're going to be wanting to get onto the idol to push them back. Deaths is not a bad thing when we're playing the tank, guys. As long as when we're up, we're providing the healing we need to, right? Looks like we're going to have to go push on the other side. So let's get round there to help the team. Nice, nice. 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 Well played. Let's get back into this. Nice. We did what we needed to do. You can see exactly how we're playing this, all right? We're leaping in, we're giving the heals, we're making sure we got seed up all the time. I keep calling it seed, it's summon oak sage. Make sure you got summon oak sage up all the time to provide you with that immunity, damage reduction. We'll give out some heals here as well because there's a couple here that are looking like they're dying. Now we're going to go back into here. We're going to straight away get into the fight, do some leaps, do some stuns. We'll leap on him again. They're nearly down. Nice. We got a push again here. Can we take him down? Get back into bear. We may go down. We're going to get out of there. We did proc our heal. We're going to heal up. We're going to get back into bear and we're going to go shield and we're going to knock back. Give a heal, back into bear. Pop up the hill if we can. Nice, nice. Get back into bear as soon as we can. Nice, nice. This has been a good battle. We're pushing them back. How even is it? We're definitely overpowering them. But you can see exactly how I'm playing it. We're getting heals up. We're making sure everyone's got that seed on them to help them survive. Now here we'll do exactly the same thing. We'll pop that. We'll pop this. Nice. We don't want him on there at all, so we'll make sure we can get him down. Can we get another? We can. Nice. And the shield is up. Get back into it. Shields are back up. I will go down. But very easy to play, very defensive. You can see I was taking tons of damage and popping off them heals as well. So I should have, yeah, definitely on the idol and the most healing and most shielding done. Sometimes you get the most damage taken done as well. But Binson there would definitely beat me to that post. But you can see I got 2, 6, 21, plenty of assists. But that is basically how you play it, guys. You want to be making sure the heals are always up on your teammates. You want to be making sure you got Rabid Might up at all times before you go into bear. And popping that Summon Oak Sage, so you've always got that immunity each time you go into the battle. There will be times where you find yourself just dying a lot, but the MM in this game, the matchmaking, is not as good as it should be. Hopefully that will be something they continue to improve and go forward with, but at this moment in time, that is how you play the build. I've had a blast playing this build. You know, I've definitely won a lot more matches than I've lost, and I think as the Druid goes, this is the current build you should be using in PvP, 100%. But as always, guys, if you do like my content, I am going to be bringing more Druid content going forward in the next few months for sure. I've been having a blast with the class. But yeah, don't forget, like and subscribe to the channel and to the video. Share the video around so other people that are playing Druid can definitely see what it's all about. Jump into my Discord if you have any further questions. But always drop some comments in the video if you've got some things that need to be addressed straight away. But until the next one, guys, we'll see you then. Cheers.